All right, what's up, guys? So, DoorDash drivers, y'all need to stop doing what you're doing. Like, no, I mean, continue being a driver if you want to, but the whole getting upset because you're either not getting tipped enough or not getting tipped at all, that needs to stop. That 100% needs to stop. That and the thing is this: if you're not getting enough tips or if you're not getting tipped at all, that should be your sign right then and there. I need to choose a different career. Being a DoorDash driver should not be like your final job or your only career choices. There's so many different things that you could get yourself into. And yeah, I can understand like where a lot of this stuff like whatever you want to get into, it can be, depending on what kind of job or career it is, it can be expensive. But still, the only thing that you should just be worried is just making that initial money on whatever you're doing. That's it. You're good. Now, I've never been a DoorDash, worker, driver, whatever you want to call it, but I have worked in the food industry. I worked in the food industry for 4 years, and you learn something from the food industry. And one thing that I've learned is that when a person is buying food, however much it costs, whatever, you don't know at the end of the day if that's the only bit of money that they had left to buy whatever. Because it's like, you don't know if a person is struggling, you don't know what a person is going through. So for you to be getting on them because what, they didn't give you 2, 3, 5, 20, or however much money tip, bruh, you don't do it, because the thing is this, all right? How you're struggling for this tip, that can be them on the other side of that door struggling, like, okay, well, what am I gonna eat today? The thing is this, I feel like a lot of the times, and that's just, just based off of like when I ask friends, because I have been curious about the DoorDash stuff. And the times when I've asked my friends about it, they say that they order it or they order some through DoorDash because they might not have a car, they might not have gas for their car, they might be just like short on money, and the only thing that they can afford is something from DoorDash. So when I hear that, and then when I see videos of people getting mad because you're not getting a tip, it's like, for one, all right, because the video that I saw was the guy, he was banging on this person's door, and then he was all like, oh, what a loser. He said something stupid, but anyways, by you banging on that door, how do you know? Unless, because I don't, like I said, I don't know how the DoorDash stuff works, so I don't know if you're seeing who they are beforehand. But it's like, if you're doing it because, oh, you knew it was like some like small woman, and you knew that you'll be able to like handle her in a fight, whatever, how do you know that? How do you know there ain't 4 gang members waiting on the other side of that door, guns ready, thinking, who is this banging on our door? Then they look and see you. Now you're running for your life down a hallway, down the street, because you're out here doing stuff that is out of pocket. Like when I saw that video, I was like, this guy is serious. This is a real video. This is a real situation. And I'm like, nah, it's gonna get to a point in time where some people, they start losing their lives over some stuff, over some tips. And I'm like, that, like I said, that should be your sign in life that you need to choose a different career path. I'm not trying to hear nobody's argument, none of that stuff, because for working at the working in the food industry for 4 years, working at the same cafe 4 years, and you see people coming through because it was like, so it was a cafe, but it was in a building, but the building, well, I don't think it was owned, but there was a lot of Nordstrom workers. You'll see people coming through with Gucci shoes, Balenciaga outfits. You see them coming in like with just the latest of the latest, whatever it was, right? You see them coming in with it, or even so much as like going out buying a gang of food. They at times will use cash and stuff. Never tip us. Never tipped us. Did not care. There was even at one point in time where, and the reason why, the reason why I never tripped about like if there was times where I wouldn't get any tips, the reason why I never tripped is because it was a good paying job. But no, there was a time where I remember the cafe had got robbed. And there was a chef that worked there at the time where he had these really expensive knives. They stole the knives, couldn't get them back. I don't think he ever did get those knives back. But anyways, I remember my supervisor approaching me and was all like, hey, would you be okay with giving up your tips for a few weeks or however long, she said, so such and such can make the money back to buy these knives again. Go for it. I'm all like, at the end of the day, It's messed up that, we did get robbed and lost our knives. I'm like, and if my tip money can help him get his knives back, so be it. All right. So it's just one of those things. And now if she would say like, well, and I feel like people are gonna be all like, well, what if it was your paycheck? Now I'm like, okay, that's a different story. I'm like, I got my own responsibilities. So I'm like, if it's anything else, okay. But if it's like something that's altering my responsibilities, I'm like, nah, fam. I'm like, you're gonna have to, figure out something. And even that's what it's like with tips. That's just using the tips as an example. You're going to have to figure out something so you're not having to worry about somebody's tips. But yeah, it's just, to see people carry on like that, I'm like, bruh, it's going to get to a point in time where, no, a DoorDash driver, and I hope this video does, get to their head. But I honestly do believe that there's going to be a point in time where a DoorDash driver, they lose their lives because they doing some old reckless, out-of-pocket stuff like that, banging on somebody's door, going off on them because they didn't get, like, honestly, what's like, let me just see something real quick. What's like the highest tip that you could get on DoorDash? Because if there's like a max number or whatever it is, okay, what's the highest tip you can get on DoorDash? I cannot type for some reason. DoorDash spokesman said its app tip limit is $30 or 200% of the order subtotal, whichever is higher. So like it's 30. Okay, so which the maximum tip of DoorDash? 15. It's good customer. Say customers. It is a custom in the United States to tip workers that bring you food 15 to 20%. But that's the thing where it's like, again, you don't know what that person is going through, where it's like the only thing that they can't afford is buying that food. So if my thing is this, if the only thing that they can afford is buying that food, I'm not going to trip about it. I'm all like, and I'm not going to be all like, oh, well, you got me next time. No, there ain't like that. That's the thing where it's like, you don't know what this person, baby, if that is like their last good meal, I don't want it to be all like, oh, well, you're going to have to get something cheaper so you could give me a tip. Bruh, it's like, it should, the thing is this, I'm like, I don't know, maybe because I wasn't really the person, like I was the cashier, but we still get tips and stuff. So, and even, but no, that's the crazy thing. So, cause like, that's how it was. There was a tip jar. Then we, once we got to a significant amount, then we'll just, like give it to, everybody and stuff. But even the like cooks and the chefs, not that I know of, they never once had told me that there was somebody that slipped them a 20 or slipped them however much money. There was never a time. So those guys, whatever tip they was getting in those tip jars, that's all they were getting. So it just, yeah, it really trips me out, though, where it's like people, they carry on like that. And I'm like, fam, like there's people out there that, they put in a lot. They're the ones that's actually cooking the food and they still don't get enough. So yeah, it's just, it's crazy, like people, they carry on like that. But like I said, it's going to get to a point in time where they do that to the wrong somebody. And next thing you know, you got breaking news story talking about DoorDash driver that lost their life because they want to bang on people's door, demanding a tip. And I'm like, yeah, that stuff is crazy, man. But anyways, yeah. Pretty much moral of this whole video, go out, get you a good paying job so you don't have to worry about, getting no DoorDash tips. I just know that there's gonna probably be some DoorDash workers getting on me about this video. All like, well, you don't know that I worked in the food industry, bruh. Like, trust me, I know. And I'm like, and that's like I said, go out, get you a good paying job so you don't have to worry about tips. Just like how you're struggling and you're wanting this tip, that's how that person is struggling. All right, so anyways, like, yeah, if you, like, even if, the thing is this, even if you go to some big old fancy mansion that, like, out in freaking Beverly Hills or whatever, and this person got a line of Lamborghinis, they got a freaking, a bunch of other, like, rich stuff that nobody don't need, and they answer the door in, like, a $10 million hoverboard. Not that there's probably is a hoverboard that costs that much, but let's just say this person was, like, a billionaire. Even if they don't tip you, bruh, accept the fact that you didn't get tipped, move on with your life. All right, but anyways, yeah, but to whoever that guy was in that video, though, it's like, because I retweeted it. If you go to my Twitter account, you most likely to see it for yourself. But anyways, and the thing is like, what I overall said is like, somebody like answer the door, guns blazing and things. I'm like, no, that's what I overall said. I'm like, that's what's eventually gonna happen to somebody that keep carrying on like that. But Anyways, what point I was getting ready to say something. It slipped my mind. Anyways, but now I'm gonna go ahead call it with this video. But yeah, DoorDash workers, you know, don't carry on like that. All right, for your own safety and for your own health, do not carry on like that. Go out, get you a good paying job so you don't have to worry about tips. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.